What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the most flaccid celery, back again with another stream. Today is special, I guess. You're gonna see the DM end of things for the new early access, not D&D game, Tales of Fablecraft. I am running a campaign with somebody you already know in Angel Roses 21. They've been in some of my stuff before that has been posted on my channel and everything. But additionally, we have, I'm just going to call them Tandem because I've been calling them that for years. We have Tandem present.
Hello.
And we got somebody relatively new named, I'm just going to call him X. It's easier this way. I've been calling him X this entire time. It saves effort. Right. I gotta do a quick shout out because I'm pretty sure my mods are not present at all in my chat right now.
I was just about to do it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, if you got Roy, I appreciate it.
I have that lurking in the back on my computer,
Awesome.
so
Much appreciated. Save me effort.
do my modly duties while actually also playing game.
Like your son.
Steve and Sora, but decided not to.
Please.
For once you're doing your mod duties.
Let
Proud
me
of you.
fight your son. Thank you.
Right.
Just letting you know, there. I don't know if it's on my end that's acting up, but there's nothing on exactly the screen. It's just all. It says you're offline. Wait, what? Hold on.
What?
It might just be my. Oh, never mind. It's fixed.
Because it's working according to my shit. So.
I fixed it.
Right,
of course, technical issues.
Gotta love it. All right, cool. So let's get started with session 1, everybody. We're gonna do the same thing I did last time for Gil Tallgrass, which you guys are about to learn what that is here shortly. I just gotta adjust some audio stuff. All right. Is everybody ready to get going now? I haven't even done all of my normal shout-out stuff in other Discords. It's fine. I don't care. All right. We're gonna snooze the ads for 5 minutes so nobody misses anything right now, because the setup is important. Are you ready, X?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, session 1. Welcome to Mythos. 1,000 moon turns ago, an event known as the Shattering destroyed the world as people knew it, redistributing magic into everyone and everything. The Mythos of today is a wild, vibrant, and magical place, and it's here in the Long Meadows, which you're currently looking at, everybody. This is just one of the many maps you'll see for this section of the world. That you will begin your adventure. These rolling plains are defined by expansive, undulating hills that stretch out as far as the eye can see. At night, bioluminescent grasses glow, and breathtaking starfalls are a regular occurrence. Travel across the meadow is aided by cairns, piles of star fragments that include protective magic that are set along the roadside. Of course, star fragments are pieces of raw magic. These star fragments ward off monsters and ease the burden of all who pass. Away from the roads, the grasses grow tall and wild in areas known as the Fallows. All manner of creatures are said to lurk within. You are currently waiting outside of the Wandering Vine Tavern and are preparing to meet the Tallgrass Pride. A light breeze sends ripples dancing across the grass and fills your lungs with fresh morning air. Dawn is breaking and adventure awaits. Alright, before we continue on, can each of you please introduce your characters for me?
I'm guessing just start from the top and go to the bottom?
Yep, top down is works for me. I don't have a preference.
Alrighty, I am Angelic Castra. I am a bot, basically. Hold on.
You're a performer.
What? Yes.
Yep. And that is your sub role. What is your? Oh, that is your skill set. You're a Highlander.
I am a Highlander that does performing. I'm trying to find buttons. Combat abilities.
I'm currently looking at your stuff. I have it pulled up on my screen, so.
Trying to find my stuff. That's fine.
So you are a performer, Highlander. You have a backstory at all, or are you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants at this point?
Working on it.
Working on it? Oh, you're trying to pull that shit up right now?
No, I'm just gonna fly by now, but I will work on a backstory
I mean, fair enough.
soon.
Alright, Tandem, can you please introduce your character for me?
Yes, so I'm playing Son of Autumn. They are a performer as well because I didn't know anyone else's characters at the moment, and I also picked the what is it called? The wild.
The Woodlander?
I'm not sure. Yes, the Woodlander, and the healer sort of skill set.
So you took... Yep, I see that now. You have the Radiant skill set, where Angel has the Elementalist skill set. Alright.
Yep. So as I often do, I'm playing the healer because it's my favorite, and I'm just thinking I don't know too much about this world yet. I'm very new to this game, but I'm just thinking they're just a little guy who likes going around and helping people, and they're ready to just kind of see the world, probably a little bit naive to most of the world and its existence, maybe like a sheltered childhood, who knows, but they're ready to help some people out and go on little guy adventures.
Alright, thank you. X, can you please introduce your character?
I'm a Highlander merchant, and I'm really just along for the ride so I can sell some stuff to someone.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so got your character pulled up. We can see your character now. Alright. With that, we are now about to meet the first major NPC who also just gives an achievement for appearing on screen. The 6th Caravan Convoy of the Tallgrass Pride pulls to a halt outside the Wandering Vine Tavern. Pride leader Dill Tallgrass hops down to greet you. Dill is an athletic man in his 60s with amber eyes and gray shoulder-length hair. His face bears the blue pigment shared by all Longstriders, which reflects the sky under which they were born. Dill's is the brightest blue of a warm, sunny day, and it seems that he has the temperament to match.
Well met, friends. I'm Dill Tallgrass, leader of the Tallgrass Pride. You must be the mages joining my caravan. How about a round of introductions?
So at this point is going to be the first little roleplay point where you guys introduce each other to each other.
Well, I am Angelic. I'm a chaotic little. I like music and stuff, and just all elemental stuff, and I just love my music and my stuff. Yeah.
Oh, of course, I'm Son of Autumn, but you can refer to me as Son or Autumn, and I'm very excited to help on this adventure.
All right, X, you're up.
Along for the ride. The Deep State's the name. Highlander. Looking to sell some stuff while I'm on this this journey here.
Oh, what type of things do you sell?
I sell all sorts of stuff. You just need to know what you want, and I can go looking for it if I don't have it.
Oh, that is absolutely wonderful.
All right.
Okay, everybody, I am going to go ahead and read over this contract with you guys. For those of you who have showed up, I am so pleased to confirm your contract with the Tallgrass Pride. You will serve as an armed escort as we transport the Star Seeker to the Starfall Festival. The agreed upon sum, 20 gold pieces each. The journey should take 2 days, and I expect clear skies and easy travel. You may have heard reports of bandits or monsters in the area. Pay these rumors absolutely no mind. They are spread by merchants looking to drive up festival delivery costs.
Disagree with that.
Oh, perfect. Then this will be a walk in the park.
This shall be lots of fun.
Now, allow us. This is the Star Seeker that your guys' whole goal for this journey is to protect as it travels along. The Star Seeker was a sacred instrument that is considered to be gifted by Lumos, one of the gods of the world. He's specifically the god of light, and is represented by the brightest moon in this world. For background information, every year a different pride is given the honor of transporting the Star Seeker to the festival. This year, it is just the Tallgrass Pride's turn. At the culmination of the festival, the mayor, person in charge of one of the two biggest towns, known as the Wandering Citadel, conducts a ceremony where the Star Seeker is used to predict the valuable starfalls of the upcoming year. And the incantation that is required to perform this is a very closely guarded secret. The only ones that know the actual incantation is the mayor himself, as well as anyone listed on the Citadel Council who he appoints to run the day-to-day things.
Why, it's a pleasure to have you all aboard. You'll be on the rear caravan with Dandelion. Why don't you head on back and let's go ahead and hit the road.
Of course. Thank you very much for having us along.
Oh, you just shouted out somebody that doesn't stream. Angel is just my girlfriend who only made an account to appear in my streams and harass me.
Well, darn, I'm trying to do my job. I see how it is.
Yeah, just for future reference, I'll let you know when to shout somebody out.
Eh.
All right, everybody. We're back on the road. As you can see, we have a little picture of Dandelion Swift on the bottom. Click onto that with your left click. It'll bring up a larger scale picture of her so you can see her in more detail and everything. All right. Now, an antlered woodlander with a sturdy build and dark brown skin sits atop the rear caravan. A sharp, hooked blade glints in her hand as she carves a small figurine. She glances up from her work as you climb aboard. Her expression is frosty. At this point, the journey is going to start. You guys are now on the road. Make small talk. You can even try to make small talk with Dandelion if you so desire.
I think that Autumn would definitely go and turn to just each of them and ask what got them to each take the contract why they're traveling here.
Well, I know I heard about the festival, and I heard they have great music there, and I want to try to perform there as well as help protect, the shiny sparkly there. So, basically, two things lined up, and I'm really excited.
I see.
Alright, so X, is Deep going to answer this question or not?
What question was that?
The question Autumn asked is what kind of made everybody take the contract, what motivated them to go on this little journey along the way. Which you kind of answered already once, but
Yeah, it's all about the money here. Does anybody need anything? I could set up shop here right here to show you some of my wares.
I would love to see your wares.
Alright. So what's about to happen is just we're gonna just keep this a little hush hush real fast. Don't say a whole lot about what's going on for you right now, sir. I am going to drag 3 items here fast. Alright, cool. Those are your wares, friend.
I got this merchant's pack here. I don't know exactly how to use this thing.
Well, if you go into your inventory for you specifically, you should have just received 3 new items.
Yep.
It would be the mood ring, the everyday magic, and the swift step slippers that I just gave you that are your things that are for sale.
Selling. I'm sorry, this is noob stuff here. I don't know.
No, you're fine. Honestly, I just quick dragged them into your inventory. I want you to be aware, though, by the way, just so it is very clear, you automatically have more money than anybody else.
Thing on in my items, it says merchant's pack, and it says it opens up a foldable tent so I can start selling stuff.
That's just flavor text. It doesn't actually technically do anything.
So then how do I go about showing stuff then?
So what it would be is you can read the description of basically what the item is and give it a price. I will warn you, I think both of them only has 15 gold and you have 45. Keep that in mind. As far as I am aware, the merchant starts off with considerably more than anybody else.
Because I have some other items in here. It's like I have 5 vouchers for your business, 5 promotional 50% off stickers. Don't know exactly. Do I do something with those, or
you can technically give those to them for free if you so desired, but that's essentially it would just be you would mark 1 less and they would type that into their inventory as a promotional 50% off sticker or a promotion or whatever it is that you're giving them as an item. They would mark that into their inventory as a new item.
Okay, well, everyone, this is what I have. I have 3 bits and pieces. One's a walking shoe, one's a ring, and one's a book. Since you're my first customers, I'd like to offer you a promotional 50% off sticker. And I will show you what these items are. One's called a Swift Step Slipper. These flirty slippers aren't merely a powerful fashion statement, they're also lengthen your stride. It gives you 1+ movement. Or we have the Mood Ring. This ring channels the emotions of an individual you can see. The Flower with Flourish. If you are focusing on someone cheery or wilt and shriveling, if you're in the presence of someone sad or angry. This ring gives you an advantage on empathy rolls. Or we have the Everyday Magic Book. This gives you an advantage on spellcraft rolls. Numbers are ringing in at 20 gold, but with the 50% off, it'd be 10. The ring is running in at 10 gold, so it would be with the 50% off, it'd be 5. And the book, 25, but I'm just going to say 20 because I don't want to do the math, so it'd be 10 with the 50% off.
Ooh. I would love to take the ring off your hands if possible.
Surely.
And then I will actually buy the book as well.
All right.
Okay, that would.
That makes you 20 more coin in your inventory. So you are now at 65. I'm just gonna go ahead
Well,
and handle
it's-
marking that for you quick.
It was 10 for the book, and then
For the book and, no, wait. It was 10 for the book
5 for
and
the-
5 for the ring. Okay, so
Yeah.
never mind. That puts you at 60 even, not 65.
Yep.
Okay, so you're at
Trying to be
60
fair.
coin. Yeah, I get you. I didn't hear as well as I thought I did, and that's an apology on my part. So you have 60 coin. That leaves Autumn with 5 coin. And oh wait, no. You
I already marked it
down. Okay, I was gonna say I was marking his, and I didn't realize that you guys had already handled it at first because I wasn't paying super close attention. I saw you started off with less than 45, so. All
Yep,
right,
no, I
so
was at 15, marked it
with
off.
that, I'm gonna go ahead and drag the book to Angelic Castra, and the mood ring goes to Song of Autumn. With that,
And then 2 promotional 50% off stickers.
they come out of your inventory there, so you'll have 1 left. Oh, no, sorry, you'll have 3 left, rather.
Yep.
There we go. That has been handled. You're now down to 3. All right. Now, before we continue along at all, does anybody want to try and talk with Dandelion, or are you guys just going to kind of keep to yourselves?
I think Autumn would definitely turn to Dandelion. And what about you? Why are you here?
I'm traveling with my pride. It's my job.
Neat!
Really quickly, I am going to request Autumn to roll a charm at difficult pass. If you succeed, maybe you'll get something good.
Damn it, okay.
Alright. The Dandelion is kind of going to look at you and go, from here on out, how about we just travel in silence?
I can definitely try.
Angelic will perk over and like, but silence isn't fun. Why would you do that? Why don't you talk with us and maybe we can get to know you and have fun? This is supposed to be exciting. We're going to an event.
But silence could be the game.
But there's
Did
no
you just
fun.
fourth wall break? Did you just break my brain there for a second?
I didn't mean to. I
Silence
didn't
could
mean
be
a
the
fourth
game.
wall break.
And I was like, the fuck? You just broke my damn
I
brain.
did not mean a fourth wall break.
I didn't know you turned into Deadpool.
This was
No.
not the intention.
No, that's fine. So, Dandelion is going to look at Angelic and just kind of, give a little shake of her head. Angelic, can you also roll me a charm at difficult passing, please?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. You have
Yay.
succeeded. So, Dandelion is going to say, look, I'm not terribly fond of mages, but you seem nice enough. I'm going to gift you this. And they're going to hand you a wolf whistle, which any wolves in the area, when they hear that, it'll catch their attention and they'll come.
Ooh. Alrighty. Thank you.
It's not guaranteed they'll be your friends, though. And then with that, we are going to continue along. So at this point, you've spent the majority of the day on the road. You guys have been kind of talking, having a conversation, what have you. You know, Dandelion seems to be okay with Angelic, thinks that Autumn has way, way too much energy and is too happy of a person. And as for Deep State, she kind of has no real feeling one way or the other at this point. But you spent the majority of the day on the road, and just as the sun is beginning to dip below the horizon, you hear a long and low whistle from the front of the Pride. One by one, each car in the caravan comes to a halt. There seems to be trouble up ahead. For this, Dandelion is going to look at you and say, "Go see what's happening, will you? And we'll set up camp while this gets sorted out."
Of course.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
So we have two already starting forward. What about Deep State? Is he going to walk along up towards the front as well, or is he going to try to hang back?
I'll hang back in the back just to make sure that nothing happens funny back here.
Alright. So with that, we are now going to... Just a second. Characters, we need... add these tokens to see. And back. As the two of you approach the front of the convoy, you see Dill standing next to a broken cairn. And with that,
Oh, it must have been the storm that rolled through a few days back. We'll likely be here a while.
while he is saying this, he is shaking his head. Alright, guys. You can see the cairn. It seems to be knocked down. For the two of you, what would you like to do?
I would like to investigate it, see what happened to it fully, if there's anyone that could be trapped inside, or
So the cairn is just like a little pile of star fragments that kind of guides the way along the road and wards off monsters. So, with that being said, you said you want to investigate it. What about you, Ted? The Song of Autumn want to look at it?
I think Son of Autumn is more going to look at the surroundings. If these things ward off monsters and it's broken, what could be in the area?
Alright, so Angelic, can you roll me a nature check at normal difficulty for passing? Alright, so to you, this just seems normal. This is, the weather can be kind of wild here. It's a good excuse for a rest, if nothing else. Right, and as for Song of Autumn, I'm going to have you roll a difficult perception check for me.
Okay.
So, as far as you're aware, there doesn't seem to really be anything around. And
Okay.
so, at this point, you guys are going to head to the back once more to meet up with Deep State and Dandelion.
Cool.
All right, just a second to add.
Miss anything?
Did you see anything? Yeah, let me have you roll me a perception at difficult as well. Give me just a second to pull that up. Alright, go ahead and roll that for me. So you didn't find anything either. It didn't seem like anything was really going on. So this is everybody, everybody on the bottom is all the named actual present characters. While everyone else that has some knowledge of the cairns is currently attempting to fix the cairns, Dandelion is going to walk over to the three of you and going to ask if you would like to play a game of feats. There's a couple different options for things, like doing push-ups, speaking in a silly accent for 10 minutes, to show everybody what you have in your inventory, like, entirely. You can do a rap about the other mages alongside you, if you so choose. You can lick your elbow for some reason that apparently proves dexterous, I don't know. Or you can speak a made-up language for 10 minutes. During that time, you have to act like you don't understand the language you've been speaking this whole time as well. Or you can try to guess an embarrassing secret or guilty pleasure of one of your allies. Those are all options.
Angelic is gonna try to lick her elbow and try to show off.
Alright, so Angelic is going to attempt to lick her elbow. Alright, go ahead and roll that for me. Alright. So, you've proven that if you're not a contortionist, you could have a good career as one. Your elbow probably tastes pretty delicious in your mind, too. Now, when the journey comes to a close and you deliver the Star Seeker and it comes time to make a wish upon the stars, you have been given a blessing to do so.
Woo!
Alright. Does Autumn or Deep State want to try anything?
Deep State. Yeah, I'm gonna find out what Dandelion's Heart's Desire wants by casting Heart's Desire on her.
Oh, you're gonna do Heart's Desire. Ooh, you sir, are going to find out that what Dandelion wants the most is somebody that they feel isn't a waste of time. Somebody that they can rely on wholeheartedly in any situation. And I'm also going to request a roll of empathy from you to see if you can find out why it is. And with that, you have succeeded. Dandelion wants more than anything somebody that they can trust because they feel as though everyone that they have ever known has let them down. They feel like without somebody they can truly trust, life will be of no meaning. And if you so choose to speak about this, you may be granted the blessing to wish on the stars, unless, of course, they're upset. Very, very upset, which is also a possibility if you go into, like, full detail.
Well, I would let Dandelion know that he's gonna be here for the full trip. Doesn't have to worry about not counting on me.
Dandelion is going to look at you a little caught off guard and just say, I appreciate it. If this journey shows you prove your worth, you have a blessing from a member of the Tallgrass Pride to make a wish upon the stars. Alright, and somehow Tandem has been dragged into offline. I don't know what that's about. Angel, do you mind messaging Tandem for me real fast, please? Figure out what the heck just happened.
Messaged me. Internet apparently just went out on them.
Okay.
They're gonna try to figure it out.
Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to take a short break then. Get a drink, do whatever it is you need to do.
Drink!
Yeah, the thing that I was screaming at you to do before, Angel. And,
I don't know what...
Rebel, drink some goddamn water. Anyways. Man, it is already 7:49 here, and I still haven't eaten dinner. Probably get on that after stream.
Eat! Also, I did notice what you did.
Yeah, it was a scam bot coming in trying to sell viewers.
Banhammer time.
That's exactly why I just immediately hit ban on them.
Hammer time.
Yep. Oh, X, if you are still at your computer, I probably should have sent you a message with what my, my stream username is, but I'm pretty sure you figured it out by now.
No, I haven't. I'm not. I gotta be honest. I'm not that big in any of this stuff, anyways. I'm more of a solitary gamer myself, but I do like D&D, and I wanted to give this a try. So, all this other nonsense about stringing and all this jazz, I have no idea what any of that stuff is.
Well, Twitch, essentially. I'm just on Twitch doing things. I will send you a quick Discord DM with my link if you are interested in at some point checking out the stream or even just popping in and chilling during the streams when you're present. It is what it is, you know? But with Twitch, the fun thing about it is you don't have to stream to be part of the platform, right? Like, I started doing it because I wanted to. It's fun. I get to share my enjoyment of games with other people. That's why I do it, you know? But at the same time, it gives you the potential to make some money through it once you hit affiliate, and then eventually you can become partner. You get a lot of more money through it, but that's not why I do it. You can stream single-player games, multiplayer games. Nobody shows up, nobody shows up. You know, it's just kind of how it is. But I started doing it for fun and somehow ended up with people that actually want to watch my streams. So here we are. And technically, to watch streams, you don't need an account. It's to talk in people's streams that you need an account. D'Angela's unmuted. How are things going with Tandem? Do you have any idea?
They are not exactly sure, but I tell them of course, IT reference, did you try to turn it off and on again? They said yes, and I told them, do they have access to look at the app to see if there's an issue?
Yeah.
Depending on what.
There's that, and then the other thing to keep in mind could be the fact that because of how the weather and everything's been lately, there's been a lot of different issues across the nation of Wi-Fi just dropping and all that fun stuff. So,
I mean, there
highly
is
possible
a.
it's just because of the fucking weather.
I don't know why heat would affect it like that, but that could be a thing.
Well, when we were having consistent days here, at least where I'm at, where it was over 100 degrees, that was a pretty big problem.
About 90 right now, so.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that was when that was a big problem here. But, heat and the, other types of weather stuff going on. And if, the main headquarters of their ISP isn't in their state, that can also mean that the state where the main headquarters is having issues. So.
True. I saw them do the typing and now they are not doing the typing, so hopefully hear from them in a second.
I almost made myself caffeine, but I have a rule of not having any caffeine after 7:30 in the evening.
Good job.
And it is 7:55 currently, so I'm not allowed caffeine. But I don't exactly want to walk down to the house just to get a glass of water, because my fucking water tastes like chemicals.
Yeah. That's never good.
Yeah, no, it's no fun at all, but I might take a minute to do that, depending on how much longer we're waiting on Tandem.
Yeah, because they just texted me saying it's not telling me what the issues are and they're trying to just get it to work. Sorry, this happened in the middle of the stream. Please apologize to the two others for me as well.
I mean, I'm not too upset.
I mean, this thing's happened. When isn't there technical issues?
As everybody I know says, you're not a professional streamer unless you're having an absurd number of technical difficulties.
Like me last night, when I realized that my headset wasn't going through with the right output.
I mean, I didn't make it into your stream last night, so...
Technology at its finest, am I right?
Yep.
Oh, that's... No, you should have seen how long we had to wait to go watch Deadpool yesterday.
I mean, I'm going in to watch it with my brother in 2 days, so...
Word of warning to you. Buy your tickets in advance.
I mean, I'm gonna try to buy them that day, because I don't get my paycheck until Friday.
Oh, okay, because we had to wait over 3 hours, because the ones where the time we were going to, they were entirely so filled that there weren't even, any double seats next to each other. There were a few singles, but no, like, 2 seats next to each other.
I get you. No, like I said, I'm planning on doing that morning. When I get up, I'm going to purchase the tickets then.
Fair enough.
And then, if I can snag tickets for when my brother and I were talking about, cool. If not, we might have to grab a different time. But I have a feeling that at 1 p.m. on a Friday, we ought to be able to get 2 tickets.
Hopefully, it is close to the weekend. That'll be a week mark after the movie has been released, so.
It's close to the weekend, sure, yeah, we'll acknowledge that, but also keep in mind that it's early afternoon. Like everybody's
That is
gonna
also
be
true.
doing something at that time for the most part. We'll be watching
That is
it with
also
my
true.
brother in 3D at 1 o'clock in the afternoon if I can nab tickets for that. You know, I just realized I know next to nothing about X. It just kind of happened. So, what are some of the games you like playing, X? Just trying to make conversation while we wait for Phantom.
Oh, well, I've got, let's see, Rogue Fable, Shattered Pixels, Eternal Card Game I play a crap ton of, Slay the Spire, Wild Frost, Cobalt Core. You know, I play roguelike card games is what I play mostly.
Fair enough. You know, it's funny that you mentioned Eternal Card Game because I am fairly certain that is in my Steam library.
I was about to say, have you tried Inscription yet or not yet?
It is not in my
Uh,
Steam library.
I played it and I already got rid of it because it's I got tired of it. It doesn't have any replay to me.
There was one that I played that the only reason I don't play anymore is I had to uninstall it from my laptop that I was using at the time. And then it was like, your account no longer exists. Haha, fuck you. Called Faria.
Hmm.
It was a fun game. But I just said, fuck it, I'm not reinstalling this now. If, say my account no longer exists and I cannot, I uninstalled it then I just haven't reinstalled it since.
Yeah, I got screwed once on was the card game, not Magic the Gathering, but and not Eternal, but it was the it was like yes, Hearthstone. I went and bought some effing cards on that game, and then they changed my email, and so I couldn't ever get the cards back. And I'm like, well, I got screwed out of my damn cards there. And it's like, all right, fine, I'm never playing that game again.
I didn't enjoy Hearthstone that much, but I never spent money on it, so.
Fortunately.
No, I currently, at least on my Steam account for card games I have in my library, it's Faria, MTG Arena, Nightbanes, Warhammer Underworlds, Shadespire Edition from when they were giving that away for free. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Card games
There's-
on motorcycles.
There's a Dominion is a really good card game too, but the online version doesn't do it justice. I so like the actual card game itself.
That's kind of like how I was with crap, what was that game? The Digimon card game. There was a while that there was like a weird online version on the internet browser that I didn't like it.
Did you ever play so I spent I'm an older person. I spent I don't know how much money I spent on Magic the Gathering back when it was cards, but I don't have near the set that I used to, but I've got some old cards still. But there was another game that I liked to play. It was called Magi Nation.
I have not played that one. I've heard of it though.
It was a good game. You had to do you could only play cards in a certain order, so you were constrained in that sense. But yeah, it was a good game. It was kind of like a cartoonish type of game, but the theory of the game and everything like that, I seemed to like. But it had a falling out, and you can't find it anymore.
Which is a shame because now I'll never get to play it. But it seemed interesting from everything I read about it.
But yeah, that's basically me in a nutshell there.
Fair enough. I mean, me in a nutshell can be described by my two most played games on Steam. Warframe and Final Fantasy XIV.
You know, I did the World of Warcraft. I did the Final Fantasy. I did the Final Fantasy 14. But there's so much crap going on in that game. It's like,
Oh yeah, no,
I got
there's
to a
lot
point-
going on in 14. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but I got to a point in playing that game, and it's like, well, either I grind here, that's going to take me forever to get anywhere, or I just quit. And screw it, I'm not going to do this grinding thing.
Yeah, where I'm at now with Final Fantasy 14, and I'm thankful for this, right? If you're playing a class that was dropped either that expansion or prior, or for the expansion, the expansion immediately after that expansion. If you run a dungeon with any of those classes, right, you automatically get a guaranteed drop of at least one piece of gear, and that is at the end of the dungeon. You get a piece of gear for the class you're playing, out the gate. Makes it so much easier to farm up equipment and stuff. Additionally, I've sank, over, I don't know, it's probably over 800 hours at this point. Last I looked, I was around 600.
Well, also, it got to a point, too, where I'm that big on the camaraderie, or trying to get along with some of the younger folks that play the game and then belittle you because you're not the same gear score as them and you don't do the same thing as them. And, I just get tired of that stuff, too. So.
Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you this now. This isn't me trying to tell you to come back to it if you don't want to. This is me telling you, very matter of fact, WoW is like that. We don't talk about WoW as members of the Final Fantasy XIV fan base. Fuck everybody that comes over from WoW because they are salty, angry motherfuckers. They are miserable to party with. You know when somebody comes from WoW if you're in a dungeon and somebody starts freaking out on you for pulling something when they're the tank.
Yeah.
That
See,
tells
I
you
mean,
everything.
but see, it seems like back whenever I played WoW, though, there was a structure of how to do things. You had the run leader tell you exactly what to do, and you did it in that order. And then I came back and started playing the game again, and then all of a sudden they started doing these Zergs where you just run the whole damn thing and kill everything at the end of it. I'm like, well, this isn't a game. This is this is a button masher now. I'm like, I didn't care for that.
Thankfully, with Final Fantasy XIV, that's not the way it is. They don't do Zerg rushing in that. You can do wall-to-wall pulls if your tank is comfortable with it and your healer is comfortable with it. But even that, has limits. Wall-to-wall doesn't mean, doesn't typically anyways mean from the start to the first boss or from the first boss to the second boss or whatever, right? Because there's like 3 bosses in every dungeon. Typically, wall-to-walls is like mechanic to mechanic, technically. And usually there's a mechanic switch up in a dungeon every, 2 or 3 rooms. So you're pulling like a room, 2 rooms, maybe 3 rooms of enemies if the tank wants to, clearing them and then moving on. But even then, most tanks and healers don't do pulls like that.
I don't know. We got to a point where it was just all Zerging, and I was like, well, this isn't fun anymore. There's no structure to this, and it's just like run in there, and who can kill the most crap in the first, or if you die, you're an idiot.
Oh, no, I understand that completely, and that's why, it's part of why I never really enjoyed WoW. I gave it a shot, but I never enjoyed WoW. I really didn't. I made it through the first, 2 dungeons in base WoW and said, nah, fuck, this is safe for me. But in Final Fantasy XIV, I very quickly got hooked when I finally started playing it 2 years ago now.
Well, I guess also it just seems like there was... I don't want to do the grind anymore. It's too much grinding to get somewhere. So I was like, yeah. I mean, I have a little bit of tolerance to do some grinding because I, but whenever it's just 24/7, it's no.
Oh no, absolutely, I get what you mean. And one of the beauties with Final Fantasy XIV now, and this is just my experience with it anyways, if you yourself don't have the ability to craft the items, usually you will know somebody who can craft you gear between dungeons. And you can just run story and get most everything you need. to be able to continue running dungeons.
Well, I like the part of doing, because in the Final Fantasy XIV, up to a certain point, you could run dungeons with NPCs, but I was to the point where I could.
Every story dungeon that is required, you can run with NPCs. It's raids and trials that you cannot run with NPCs.
I couldn't. I got to a point where I couldn't do them with NPCs anymore. So then I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just grind it, and I didn't want to grind it anymore. And so, because I didn't want to get, I didn't want to get into a party because there'd be a bunch of, in my opinion, younger people that didn't have patience, and because I didn't really know what I was going to be doing, and I a little wrong or something, I didn't want to hear about it. So I never.
Oh no, absolutely, I get you. You know, I don't know personally, and this is, you feel free to tell me to shut the fuck up, but I don't think you're that much older than I am. You sound like you're maybe late 30s at the oldest.
Justice.
But that being said, right, you know, I've had a whole lot more problems with older people that are like aggressive and assholes that came from WoW than I have ever had with anyone else. Like 80% of my my free company on Final Fantasy XIV plays multiple different subscription-based games because our free company is a guild, and WoW is a guild in Guild Wars 2. Like, we have all kinds of shit. We're multi-game. But that being said, you know, it's the same leader across all the platforms. I don't know how she has that money. Couldn't fucking tell you. But all of that to say that a lot of us are, you know, I'm not personally older. You know, at least half of our free companies in their 30s or 40s. Got a couple people older, and then like the rest of us are younger. Like, I'm one of the younger members at 25. So.
Well, yeah, I did WoW for like, I lived in the damn game for probably 4 years, and then I started doing things, and then I stopped playing it, and then I came back to it for a little bit, then left it again, then I tried Final Fantasy, and then it got to that point. Said I didn't want to grind anymore, so I said, well, I'm not going to do this. And then I just got back to my military roguelike card games that I enjoy.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that stuff, because some of my favorite games before I got really into MMOs and just regular RPGs in general as well were like strategy, military strategy specifically, or like card games, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I lived in Command and Conquer for like 10 years.
No, RTS is no. That's not. No, it's again. You get the young people that I don't mean to keep on ragging on young people. It's just
you're fine.
the pace. The patience level is, you know, is not there. I will tell you that, and you will not know this because this is whenever I was first got on the computers when they were newer, but there was a game. It was an MMO. I think it was probably the very first MMO, and I cannot find the damn thing anymore. But from my memory, it was a really good one. But it was Dungeons and Dragons. I know it was, and it had to do with the desert, and it was on the computer, of course, and then so it was an MMO because you'd have all these people, and they'd go to this desert town, and it was funny because it was one of my first experiences with the games. But You'd have people in there, and, they'd get in there and they'd talk all the talk and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, look at this pretty green glowing cloud over here," and they say, "If you go in the green glowing cloud, you'll get experience points." And they're like, "Okay," so they go wander over it. They cast a poison cloud over there, so they kill them all.
You know what that makes me think of? That legitimately makes me think of old school RuneScape.
Do what?
Old school RuneScape.
It might have been that, but I, for the life of me, I don't remember what the damn thing was called. But I remember it was a desert play. It was a desert setup.
Yeah, RuneScape had like 7 different environments throughout the world, like a forest, a desert, a mountainous area. Like there was an entire section that was in a cavern. Like there was a bunch of different areas.
Well, this was. I mean, I'm going to tell you, this is back like in the. This is like in the 90s.
Oh, when I was born.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think you're going to know what this is because
Honestly,
it was a while ago.
Let me think. Old school RuneScape, which was the original version of RuneScape before it went through its new iteration and it just became old school RuneScape, came out in 92, I want to say. And I played the fuck out of old school RuneScape when I was in elementary and middle school. So
it might have been that then.
No, it was. I had a lot of fun with a lot of shit. Like, one of my favorite things to do in old school RuneScape back in the day was literally what you just described. Was cast Poison Cloud and be like, if you go in there, you get XP, and then anything they had on them was left where they died, and I'd just steal their items and sell them.
I think it might have been that then.
That was one of my favorite things to do. It was so much fun.
Because like you could get. I remember there was also things that you could get like enchantments on your equipment, and there was like this one enchantment that was like the god enchantment. I just vague memories of these things coming up, and is it something about Ivory Whip or something like that? You put it on like a club or something like that, and you could beat anything or something.
Oh, yep, I know what you're talking about. That was RuneScape you were thinking of.
I'm gonna have to look that up then, because I'm gonna have to look that up right now, because I want to see that again.
That sounds exactly like old school RuneScape as it's called now, or RuneScape Classic. Either one is technically acceptable. That was an enchantment you could put on blunt melee weapons. That with it you could literally take a level 1 club and one-shot most dragon bosses. Just bonk them over the head. Fun as shit.
Looking at I don't want to play. I just want to see some pictures of it. It was even, but see, this shows it like in, yes, 3 dimension. The one I'm talking about was just an overhead view. It was a 2D overhead view.
This one you can't really. It's not actually 3D. It's mostly top down. If you get really careful with how you position it, you can kind of get an almost sideways view.
Well, I guess all the images I'm looking at right now show it like in a 3D kind of thing.
No, the really only time you would see any 3D is looking at the character screen. Otherwise, it is really just top down. At varying zooms. Like, I don't know. At least that sounds very similar to shit I used to pull in RuneScape. It's possible there was another game that did the exact same thing that came out around the same time.
Because I could have swore it had Dungeons and Dragons in the name.
Well, there was like 6 different iterations of Dungeons and Dragons Online. Right. So I don't think that we're gonna end up having Tandem back tonight. At this rate.
Yeah, they haven't gave me any updates yet, so I don't know.
Send Tandem a message and let them know I'll kind of fill them in on what happened. And for now, I will, I guess, take control of their character in the combat sequences. Because there is, I think, one coming up soon. But then we'll kind of go from there.
Alright, I just let them know.
Alright, cool. Alright. So now, with all of the stuff that had been going on when we last were playing, when we last were continuing on, where there was all of the feats and everything going on, I'm gonna need you guys to both roll me a perception check at impossible difficulty.
Oh no.
Seems like almost what's the point of this one?
Technically, if you have a high enough perception, you can pass it. You need like 2 dice and to roll really well, or 3 dice and to roll decent. But yeah,
We don't see shit!
now y'all have no fucking clue what's going on.
Oh
So,
no.
y'all are just kind of hanging out around the campfire. You don't know anything's going on. Suddenly, this is where it's gonna get fun. Shout of warning suddenly rises from one area of the camp, followed by a high-pitched whistle. Before you know it, an arrow thunks into the side of several nearby wagons. At once, multiple shadow bandits are upon you, weapons drawn.
I yell at customers.
Well, what do we have here? Group of mages, is it? Looks like this will be a fun fight.
I'm about to kick your ass!
Do they want to buy anything?
Alright, hang on. Let me just really quickly... Okay, cool, I already have control over her. Welcome to the battle map, everybody. So... I gotta...
Looks like we got a couple of guys around.
Yep, and combat begins.
Oh shit! I get to start! Alrighty. Let's do... Haha.
Fireball over
Eat
there.
fire, nerds!
And they're dead.
Just lost 2 customers. What the hell?
They're trying to murder us! I don't think they're customers at all!
You didn't let them answer.
Here's your answer.
Oh, well, I don't got any of that.
Alright, so... Have some healing, I guess. Feels like the thing that Tandem would do with her character right now. You got 3 health and there's a dead enemy.
Has some more customers. I only got 1 left.
There's 2.
There's 2.
You can also
Oh.
zoom out by scrolling.
I can't see.
Scrolling like you would scroll down a page on your mouse.
Oh, you
wheel.
gotta click on the map a little bit and you can move it around.
Yeah, you can
I
drag
see.
it around. Plus, it shows in the top
He-
more of them.
He was hiding behind the
one of them's
cart
behind a
there.
wagon.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're about to punch a dude in the face. Just telling him to give him your lunch money. Give you his lunch money.
Yeah, he gave it to me.
He did. Didn't have. A
And then
choice
some.
to give you, but he gave it to you.
He should be running away from me.
All right, cool. And with that, it is now back to Angel.
Let's see.
I'm going to warn you guys now. My party and everybody in the stream the last time I played this was very mad at me for something that'll come up later.
Eat fist, nerd. Eat.
Punch him in the throat. No big. And done. Combat is over. You guys win.
Yay! Eat my frozen
That-
fist. Oh, crab.
Ooh, crap. That's sad. All right. So now everyone is here. Fight has been over. One of you is going to get this free little thing that they had on them. I'm going to have both of you roll me a spellcraft. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna have you roll me a culture at impossible, and whichever one of you rolls higher gets the item.
Ooh, okay.
So we've already had somebody succeed the impossible there. That is Angel. All right. Angel, you now have a Shadow Rune.
Ooh.
That was in the inventory of the bandits, who are definitely not dead.
Ooh.
All right. The camp is
I
in
will.
disarray. Caravans are damaged, and Pride members tend to their wounded companions. Dandelion is busy helping to douse the fires and repair caravans. But it's clear from the look she gives you that she's unimpressed with your work so far. Dill runs over to you, very clearly distraught.
The Star Seeker, it's gone! Oh, Lumos, forgive us. We can't turn up to the festival without it. Mages, please, will you help us to get it back?
Yes.
Did we lose it in the first place? Who the hell was holding on to it?
Someone must have snuck in while we were fighting the other guys and dipped with it.
Well, I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah. So you guys said yes. Cool. Alright. Here are your options for things you can do. You can interrogate defeated bandits. You can check out the theft site. You can search for tracks. You can check your surroundings. And again, question witnesses is the last one.
I'm gonna search for tracks.
Alright, so we're gonna have you roll me a nature roll at difficult X.
And then I'm gonna try to interrogate our when I can.
So the grass is kind of real badly trampled. It's hard for you to make out any tracks. You're gonna interrogate bandits, you said?
Yes.
It's funny how the guy who's best for interrogating the bandits is not interrogating the bandits anyways. Go ahead. Roll me a difficult.
Darn it.
Nope, you did not succeed. He's just gonna look at you. I ain't no snitch. I did this with the last group. I will allow you to try and roll a charm if you so choose. It'll be a
Yes.
charm at difficult as well, though.
That I would like to do.
All right. So I need you to roll me a charm at difficult.
Hell yeah.
Alright, fine, I'll tell you, but you didn't hear this from me. We're part of an organization called the Blades. Our leader, Rune Nightshade, ordered us to do this.
Ooh. Alrighty.
Alright, there is still the matter of looking at theft site, searching for tracks, questioning witnesses, and Angel, if you so choose, you could also... Angel, you could also search for tracks, and either one of you can check your surroundings.
I'm gonna I could check Hmm. I'll try to go for the tracks since.
All right. Go
I
ahead
can talk to
and
witnesses.
nature check. As for witnesses,
Damn it.
so again for you, it just looks like there's a bunch of different tracks. You can't really make out what's going on. For witnesses, members of the Pride are going to tell you that they saw smoke rising from the south, and a couple of them are going to say that they saw a bandit flee in that direction. The ones that tell you this are very clearly non-combat oriented members of the Pride, so they would likely not be willing to give chase out of fear for their lives.
Oh well, I guess I'll go in that general direction.
Well, do you guys want to check the theft site or check the surroundings at all?
Check theft site.
Alright, you're gonna look at the theft site, Angel. Go ahead, roll me a perception at succeeded.
Yes.
So you're gonna find a small piece of fabric that was clearly edged with smoke, stuck to a splinter of wood there. And you can still check your surroundings, and I guess Axe at this point has already started to kind of wander off in their
I'll check the
direction of the sound.
surroundings real quick. You never know what we might find.
Roll me a difficult perception again.
Nope.
Nope. And because that is an epic failure, you get even worse.
Oh no.
Several birds fly overhead, no clear direction for any of them. One of them is going to also poke on your head.
No! Get away! Get away! Be gone!
Alright, and I'm going to give you this one for free. When you're checking your surroundings, you do notice, though, that Deep State has started heading south. Do you want to follow him?
Yes.
Alright. So this is going to be, after this, is where we'll end the session for today. Hopefully next time Tandem won't have these issues. We'll talk about it after I finish reading this next little text box of if we want to do weekly or bi-weekly for sessions. Alright, here it is. Darkness brings with it the 3 moons of Mythos, each taking their place in the clear night sky. Lumos, the bright moon, and Umbra, the large, dark moon, peer down from their celestial thrones. Those 2 full moons are good omens in their own right. While Lumos provides guidance, Umbra offers safety. However, the third and smallest moon of Mythos, Tamas, can be seen, peeking out between the 2. When not hidden by one of its larger siblings, Tamas, a figure of chaos, heralds uncertainty and, in some cases, danger. As you head southward into the long grasses of the Fallows, one thing is certain. When forging a path through the wilds of Mythos, safety is never guaranteed. That will be the end of this session. Our next session, it'll be on Wednesdays. We're shooting for the start time we tried to for today, which was 7 p.m. Eastern, so that was 6 p.m. for X, and for Angel and Tandem, that would be 4 p.m. You fucking Pacific Standard Time weirdos.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Fucking weird Pacific Coast people, I'm telling you. That being said, do we want to try again for next week, or do we want to have a week break between sessions?
I am down to do this weekly. It's just the week of the 14th. I might be a little late because I don't get off work till 4.
Okay. And X, do you have a preference?
Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me.
Alright, let me see of the 14th. It would be not next week, but the week after.
Yes.
Alright, so we'll shoot for the 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday of next week, which will be the 7th. Wait, actually, no, shit. Yeah, no, we'll shoot for that time on the 7th. Yeah, that's what we'll do. If something comes up and you guys can't make it, or if something comes up on my end and I can't make it, I will let you guys know. However, I am planning on being home at that time, or at least a little before that time. I'm spending a little bit of the day with my girlfriend on Wednesday of next week. So.
Nice.
That being said, thank you, both of you, for coming in and hanging out, for trying to play along. Tell Tandem I said thanks as well. I will see you guys on the 7th, unless something comes up. You guys both have me on Discord to send me a DM. Just let me know if something comes up, because I might not be looking at this again this week. It depends on if I end up having to finish out the standard, starter campaign with the other group I was running it with or not tomorrow evening. We shall see from that point. But, just let me know if something comes up for you guys, and I'll make sure to do the same courtesy if I end up not being able to make it home in time to start on time, or even for Wednesday of next week. I will let you all know for sure. Thanks again, guys. Hopefully things will go smoothly enough, and we'll be able to pick this up and not have the same issue we had with Tandem next week.
Yeah.
Anything either of you guys want to say before we all go our separate ways and I go right out?
This is gonna be fun. I'm already liking this.
This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed running it for you guys just as much as I enjoyed running it for the other group I'm running it for.
Well, that's good to hear. All right.
All right. That being said, guys, thanks again. Stay excellent.